almost everybody here that we're looking for. So with that, let's go and kick off. I'm Hall Martin. I'm the CEO of 10 Capital, where we help startups and investors connect for funding. For those who don't know me, we'll give you a few details about us. Next slide. Um, So we help companies and investors connect for funding through various means. We help investors do diligence with AI tools. We help startups get together their presentation, their fundraise strategy, and we do a lot of analysis on the deal to make it better. We also develop campaign strategies, run online events, in-person events, and other events to help people come together to connect for funding. In short, we provide the legwork, saving you time and money, both on the investor side and on the startup side. Next slide. We also help form capital for the early stage ecosystem. We help high net worth start family offices. We got into this in the pandemic when they were starting virtual family offices and met a lot of great new family offices coming into business that way. Family offices fund emerging managers, which is a key part of the entrepreneur ecosystem. We also help VC funds find limited partners through our family office panels. We're doing these in LA, New Mexico, Dallas, and Austin right now. We also help angel groups find members. We find many individual angels that we think will be more successful as a part of a group than by themselves, and we make introductions that way. Next slide. We have several events that we do every month. This is a special event here with X1. We'll have Chris Coombs come up and talk a little bit about the X1 program here in a moment. But we do a quick pitch, which is for tech companies, a life science syndicate of, if you go to 10capital.group/events, you can see all the events that we have coming up. Next slide. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce Chris Coombs of X1 Pipeline to talk about what they do. We are using their program to give everyone a score, and we'll announce that score before each one presents today. Each company will get 5 minutes to pitch and 5 minutes of Q&A. So with that, Chris, can you tell us more about X1?
Sure. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you doing this with us. So the X1 is a company that evaluates startups agnostically across any industry. We have an algorithm that we've built an AI model around that sets a investability score, which is almost like a credit score for startups. And so the higher score you get, the more likely you are to be investable. That score means that the percentage or likelihood that you will close this round and close the next round, giving the investor an opportunity to exit. We can fairly well predict this round and the next round, but we won't predict the next one. So once you close this one, we'll try to predict the next one for you. And that's what the score revolves around. We have a cross-dimensional synthesis on our reports. It gives you your good, your bad, your ugly. It gives you investor questions before you talk to investors and really helps startups improve their score over time. Just so you know, we can't beat our own score. We started with a 46. Now we have a 74. There's even companies in here that are beating us. So that's how it is. You just got to play the game. So thank you very much for letting us do this with you all.
Great. And with that, let's meet briefly the investors that we have on the panel today. We have June Choi of Servo Ventures. June, can you just say a few words about yourself and your fund? We'll come back to June. Shailesh, thanks for joining us today of Ingenious Global Venture Partners. Shailesh, can you say a few words about yourself and your group?
Good morning, everybody. Shailesh Chavan. I'm a physician, researcher, and now building our own venture studio. We're based out of Boston with offices in Sweden and India. Focus on early stage companies, pre-seed, seed, and mostly diagnostics, medtech, as well as biotools tends to be our area of focus, and some therapeutics. So excited to be here. Thanks.
Thanks. Next one is Andrew Chang of Wincell. Andrew, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your group?
Hi, I'm Andrew Chang. I'm an investor with Wincell Capital Group based out of Boston. We are a climate tech, clean tech investment firm. sort of looking for businesses and sort of Series A stage, looking for sort of a check in the 2 to 4 million range. So,
Okay,
yeah.
great. Thank you. Phyllis Hofschwiller of DRP, can you tell us more about your work?
Morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Dr. Phyllis Hofschwilly. I work with different private investors, and so my role is to look at startups in the biomedical sciences, technology, and also semiconductor space and see what these startups are looking for. And what I do is I let the investors know should they have interest. So that's my role.
Great, thanks. Next is Xavier Matt. Xavier, can you tell us about yourself and your work?
Hey guys, I'm Sava. I'm based in London. I'm more of an angel pre-seed seed, and so my expertise is more around marketplaces, platforms, historically SaaS, but with the whole AI movement now, that's becoming more and more problematic. So yeah, but I'm an angel, and I kind of work with some angel groups. Okay.
That's great. And Ed Pierce, can you tell us about yourself and the Lion's Den?
Yeah, I can. I don't think I'm muted. So Lions Den was formed, we're on our 11th year, and we bring companies together with capital. So we want uh, companies that have sort of a kingdom orientation, at least in part of their business, and they really want to do redemptive investing, but with our investors. And so for-profit companies meet a network of high net worth individuals, accredited investors, and they one invest in the other. And we do a conference every year, April 29th and 30th this year. All of you are invited. Just go to the website, thelionsdendfw.org. So Hall's been a great sponsor and friend. And it's really a great get together for people who like to invest and like kingdom work.
That's great. Thanks so much, Ed. With that, we'll have our presenters come up. We have several presenters. I'm going to give their score and their name. The first up will be Paul Geminet of AngieX. If Paul, you can launch your slides and kick off. I'll do a quick introduction. So Paul got a score of 84 on the X1 Investability Score. He's developing a breakthrough targeted therapy to transform cancer into a manageable disease. With that, go ahead and kick off, Paul. You have 5 minutes, and then we'll have 5 minutes for Q&A.
3 minutes.
Thank you, Hall. So,
Oh,
NGX's vision is that no one should die of cancer, and that's more than a mission, a vision for us. It's a mission, it's a commitment, and it's an achievement. And so we're in the process of proving that we have achieved it. We've made a drug. We've dosed 31 patients in phase one. The drug is working as we expected it would, and we're 2 to 3 years from approval, and so we need investors to help us bring it to approval more quickly. But I want to start by giving credit to the people who made this possible. It's really four husband-wife teams who have done the key work, and I think there's something special about the cure for cancer with all the trillions of dollars that have been invested in big institutions, but coming from four married couples working in obscurity for the most part. And so the drug is an antibody drug conjugate. On the left, you can see what it looks like. It's directed to TM4-SF1, and the way it works is the antibody searches through the body and it finds growing tissue, and it traverses a transport pathway that carries growth factor activated proteins from the cell surface to the nucleus in order to alter gene expression and turn on a growth program. And that enables it to attack two compartments of the tumor vessels, which are growing, and the tumor cells, which are capable of invasion and metastasis. And here on the right, you see the vascular targeting. We eliminate the small and large vessels within the tumor, but also the large vessels feeding and draining the tumor. That creates a coagulative necrosis. It kills the cells in the tumor and converts the tumor to a scar. And then, so that gets rid of all the immobile tumor cells, but there's another cell population of invasive and metastatic tumor cells that can spread around the body. And so, but we have the good fortune that all of those cells are high expressors of TM4SF1 and vulnerable to our drug. And here you can see that the target of our antibody, TM4SF1, is broadly expressed across all solid cancers. That's because uh, cancers can't become malignant without turning it on. So it speaks to the fundamental nature of the biology that we're addressing. So this slide is meant to be a one-slide summary of the results of our drug. We've dosed 31 patients. 4 of them have experienced severe adverse events. Those are grade 3. And you see those in the red and yellow dots. And we've got a very clear separation on this scatter plot between those 4 and the 27 patients who did not experience severe adverse events. Those are in the green dots. And the green window shows where we've been effective. There's been no tumor growth and no new lesion formation, so we appeared to have potentially gotten rid of the invasive and metastatic tumor cells and obliterated enough of the tumors that they can't grow. So a broad range of effective and safe doses, and we're doing dose optimization right now. And this slide is just a quick look at the potential that as we refine how we approach, we can carry forward to indefinite survival. But this was a metastatic pancreatic cancer patient on trial for 7 months with stable disease, no adverse effects through the first 7 cycles. And the patient's still alive today. We might have eliminated his invasive and metastatic tumor cells and made the disease much less malignant or gotten rid of it. So in conclusion, I'd just like to say there's a lot of people who need our drug. One of them who could have benefited from it is my mother. She was diagnosed with cancer at age 22 when she was pregnant with me, and she died at age 33 when I was 10. Now I meet a lot of cancer patients who are in great need of our drug, and we have the way to help them. The only thing that's limiting our path to approval and commercial launch, which will enable us to save lives in quantity, is money. So we need investors to come in. We have a very attractive security. There's potential for 100-fold or more appreciation, and we'd love to have your help. Thank you.
Great presentation. Who has our first question? We have time for 3 minutes worth of questions. Who would like to go first? Let's see. June, we didn't get a chance to hear your introduction. Can you tell us about yourself and maybe ask the first question? Okay, maybe June's working, multitasking. Shayla, did you have a question?
I can ask a quick one, Hall.
Go
Just
ahead,
to
Ed.
it's not really my field of expertise, but I think it's really kind of an ingenious methodology for the therapeutic. So you're basically starving all the cancer cells around healthy veins. Is that the one way to say it? And it looks like your
Yeah,
FDA
so
is really going well. Yeah.
we eliminate the arteries feeding the tumor. We eliminate all the blood vessels. Basically we kill the endothelial cells, and then the vessels fill up with platelets and fibrin as a result of coagulation. And so the blood supply is choked off, and the tumor cells starve. And so it's a universal therapy for any growing tumor. As long as the tumor cells are releasing growth factors, then the blood vessels will be sensitive, and the tumors are the only growing area in the body, so we can have great
Hmm.
safety. And so we found our therapeutic window, and it's quite broad. And so we just have to search among all those clinically beneficial dose levels and figure out the optimal way to treat. And then we can go into phase 2, and our lead indication, angiosarcoma, we can be approved based on a phase 2 trial with no control arm, because there's no approved drug for angiosarcoma. So we can get to approval quite quickly. So it's really all about bringing money in and meeting the manufacturing and quality requirements for approval.
Yeah. And
Great.
can you outline the raise, kind of the capital raise that you're looking for? And
Yeah, we're looking to raise $10 million by convertible note. We did a first closing a week ago, 700,000. We have a $5 million commitment toward it, so it's more than half full. We're basically raising on kind of a just-in-time basis because we believe the major value inflection of the company is just months away. Where the convertible note has a cap of $100 million. ADC companies after proof of concept are typically valued around 1 billion. And after approval, all ADC companies have been valued north of 10 billion. So we're less than a year, 6 months from proof of concept and 2 to 3 years from approval. So,
Great.
you know,
Thank you, Paul.
good valuation. And, we'd like to keep, we're limiting dilution by raising the minimum amount from small investors rather than trying to lift the
Smart.
valuation too aggressively. We want to make sure we get the drug carried forward.
yeah, great.
All right. Well, we're out of time there. Thanks so much for that, Paul. And good questions there, Ed. Let's go to Novosan next. Stuart, if you can launch the slides to kick off when ready. Novosan got a 69 on the X1 score. It's an ultrasound surgical device company improving precision, safety, and reducing thermal damage. Go ahead and kick off whenever you're ready.
Okay, you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
And hopefully you can see my screen there.
Yes, we can.
All right, I'm 2 for 2. Cool. Well, I'm Stu Mitchell. Thanks for having me here today, Hall. I'm the founder and CEO of Novosan, where we are clearing the way for safer surgeries by using sound to eliminate the excessive burning of the patient's tissue, which will result in faster, more precise surgeries and safer surgeries for improving the health and safety of the patients and the healthcare workers. So if you've ever wondered about what goes on in a surgical procedure, this is something that I learned about doing research at the University of Washington with physicians. Physicians are constantly exposed to surgical smoke, which is a result of the excessive burning of the patient's tissue using current electrosurgical devices. This leads to about 250,000 complications per year. It increases operating times up to over 90 minutes, depending on what the complication is, which results in long-term cost for the hospital system. Altogether, complications cost the hospital systems in the US $215 billion per year. So the problem is the current devices on the market use surface heat conduction, which results in excessive tip temperatures, results in 2 to 3 millimeters of lateral spread and smoke. This is what causes the collateral damage. Not only is the temperatures really hot, but the surgeons can't see what they're doing. At Novosan, we do things a little bit different. We use ultrasound energy to transmit energy into the tissue from the inside out. We have a cooler tip temperature, about a quarter of the main devices on the market. We have literally no thermal spread, less than a quarter or half a millimeter, and we don't make any smoke. So that makes for a more precise surgical procedure. This is Novosan's technology being used in an animal model. This is a gastroepiploid bundle, tissue, fatty tissue, artery, vein, nerves. And as you can see, we weld the tissue together completely and we cut it all with ultrasound energy. So with DTU, we have lower temperatures, no smoke, higher precision. The clinical benefit of this is we have less collateral damage, the surgeons can see what they're doing better, and there's a cleaner dissection. Results in fewer complications, shorter operating time, faster recoveries. Compared to the other device on the market, we excel in the smoke production, obviously. The thermal spread, we're significantly less, sealing times are faster, and we're more precise than the current devices on the market. And we're building a platform technology. We're currently working on laparoscopic devices in-house. We've done robotics collaborations. We're working on more of those. We can go into endoscopic and trauma procedures as well. It's a $10.2 billion total addressable market. We're currently focusing on the laparoscopic procedures in women's health, which will end up being about a $110 million SOM for us by year 3. Our business model has 2 revenue streams. For the laparoscopic and general surgical instruments, it's a razor blade model. The handpiece is a single patient disposable. The generator's capital equipment. For robotics and endoscopic systems, it's a licensing royalty model. All of our devices are priced right along the midline of the current technologies on the market, so we are providing a better device at a competitive price. Our sales model is a bottom-up sales model. We're going to initially target states that have passed laws that mandate the regulation of surgical smoke. And we're going to go out with a small sales team focusing on these territories that have the mandates for mandating regulation of surgical smoke. To date, we've done thousands of procedures with these devices. We've demonstrated that our thermal spread is lower. We've demonstrated we can do everything the other devices can do on the market. We have 90% efficacy, which is what the FDA requires, and we can seal at less than 3 seconds for our devices and achieve the regulatory burst pressures. We also currently have a letter of interest for strategics. We've got $1 million in hand. We've got a $2 million letter coming shortly, and we're in discussions with other companies. It's a clear path to market for the 3mm mini ELS. Requires no human studies. It's direct 510(k). We've already met with the FDA. We're preparing a second meeting with the FDA with metal regulatory filing. We should have that second meeting by the end of May, and we'll submit our 510(k) by the end of this year. Skip through a couple slides here and get to the important part. So we've raised about $7.3 million to date. We currently have a $1 million preferred equity round open. We have $563,000 in the bank, which was led by Crypto Forum. And we are looking to close that round out by the end of this first quarter.
Great. Thanks, Stu, for a great
Thank you much.
presentation. Yeah, let's go for our questions. Who has the first question? Let's see. Phyllis, what do you think about this deal?
Well, I'm trying to figure out. So, thanks for the presentation, Stuart. I find this really interesting. I like that you're targeting states that are trying to regulate the smoke output on and using these devices. But can you give me for the next round, and just real quick, the amount of money and what you want to use with that funding? And like, what are you trying to target with the next round of funding you're looking for?
So with the round that we're currently have open, which is $1 million preferred equity round, we got $563,000 already raised on that round. This money is to get to our regulatory filing, which is what we're progressing towards. The use of funds for that round are right here. So we're projecting 6 months, 6 to 9 months. The second tranche of the $3 million that we actually have authorized will go for the commercial launch of that 3mm device, which will be targeted towards the end of this year, beginning of next year. And in addition to launching the 3mm device, we would be doing the regulatory filing for our 5mm and 10mm device with that $3 million round.
Okay, this is a slide I wanted to see. Thank you. That's perfect. That's what I was wanting to know. Appreciate it.
Great.
Thank you.
That's the end of our time there. Thanks so much, guys. Let's go to our next presenter, Sonovascular. Luke, if you could launch your slides and kick off when ready.
Okay. And we'll play from the slide here.
We see it now.
Okay, very good. Hall, thank you very much for allowing me, Sonovascular, to have the opportunity to present. Can you see the slides okay, Hall?
Yes, we can.
Okay. We are developing a clinical stage medical device company developing a new product, catheter-based product to treat blood clots. The two different indications that we will be pursuing are one for deep vein thrombosis, which are clots that occur in the deep veins, commonly in the legs, and then pulmonary embolisms. These are clots that break off from DVTs and travel up into the lungs. Current therapies that are used to treat are anticoagulation and catheter-based interventions. However, this is a big market opportunity. There's VTEs affect over 900,000 people in the United States annually, with deaths occurring due to DVTs and PEs of approximately 100,000 patients in the United States per year. The existing technologies, both the mechanical and the pharmacological technologies that are available in the marketplace today, are effective in removing clots. However, they've got significant drawbacks and limitations for each of those therapies. The main ones for the mechanical therapies are blood loss, vascular trauma, and valve damage. And for pharmacological treatments, those catheter-based therapies require ICU time in order to monitor the delivery of thrombolytic agents, which obviously are a higher cost to the hospital and occupy ICU time, which is valuable to the hospital. Our technology basically leverages dual mechanisms in order to treat these clots. We have an ultrasound transducer that delivers the ultrasonic energy that serves to amplify microbubbles, which are delivered into the system at the tip of the catheter, along with TPA, which is a thrombolytic or clot-busting drug. There are significant competitive advantages to our catheter-based technology because it is a rapid, precise, and non-traumatic clot disruption and elimination technology. This is an image of our catheter itself. You'll see that the catheter tip basically is the point of delivery for the mixture of microbubbles, TPA, and ultrasonic energy. It gets basically slowly dissolves the clot. It travels over a guide wire. This is a disposable catheter that is a very small profile. It's a 12 French or 4 millimeter diameter catheter. And again, this is designed to be in a cath lab to maximize reimbursement. It achieves maximum clot resolution, and we're also able to conduct the procedure without blood loss nor causing any vascular trauma or valve damage. Okay. So far, we've completed 10 patients in our first-in-human study for DVT in South America. As you can see, excuse me. We have basically achieved on 10 patients, 30-day follow-up and 6-month follow-up on 9 of 10 patients with significant improvement at 30 days and 6 months as it relates to post-thrombotic syndrome severity scores, as well as patency of the target vessels in all of the patients that we've seen through 30 days and 6 months. Our regulatory pathway is clear. We've had a couple pre-submission meetings with FDA. The device will be, again, the first indication will be for deep vein thrombosis. FDA has indicated that this will be a de novo procedure. We will require a clinical study of 100 patients with 30 days of follow-up. And we basically hope to be in a position to file for the de novo approval sometime in the third quarter of 2026. Following that indication, we hope to receive.
We're at 5 minutes. Can you go give us your fundraise ask?
Sure. And on our ask, our target raise now, we're in the middle of a Series A financing, target raise of $6 to $8 million. We've raised a couple $1 million to date. And we're hoping to basically use the $68 million Series A funds in order to initiate the first-in-human pulmonary embolism study and also to secure FDA clearance to initiate our DVT pivotal study. So a pre-money valuation of $18.5 million. And again, we're in due diligence with a number of different investors today.
Who has we have time for one question. Who has a question? So my question is, what's the exit strategy here, Lou?
Hall, there are a number of the slides you can't see it. There are a number of potential players in the marketplace that that have call points on the physicians that conduct these procedures, including companies that the CEO and I have worked at. And the hope is that at some point after perhaps our Series B financing, that we will get acquired. Most recently, the two largest competitors, Penumbra and Boston and Inari Medical, in January 2026 and 2027, were both acquired. And you see here on this slide the purchase prices for those transactions. Our technology, we believe, will be able to take market share for both of the incumbent technologies. Both of these companies have done a good job in growing the market to date, but we believe that we can certainly take share because of the more safe and effective technologies, solutions that our system will provide.
Great. Thank you for that. Let's move to our next presenter. We have with us next Group Eyes. Lisa, if you could launch your slides and kick off when ready. Group Eyes got a 73 on the X1 score, an AI platform automating enterprise meetings, events, spend, compliance, travel, and logistics.
Wonderful. I think we're good. Great. Well, thank you for that. So Group Eyes I'm Elisa de Gaspe-Bobien. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Group Eyes, and we are the AI operating system for enterprise meetings and events. We've recently trademarked Amy, who is AI for meetings and events, who delivers intelligent spend, management of spend, compliance, and travel logistics for enterprise world. In-person meetings are difficult. It's actually the largest unmanaged spend and risk in enterprises. Companies, particularly those, Luke, that you just showed on your slide, BD, Stryker, Inari, who are all customers of ours, spend about 2 to 3% of their revenue annually on meetings and events. And so for a multi-billion-dollar company, that spend is 10 to hundreds of millions, and it's unmanaged and non-compliant. And one meeting can have 500 or 1,000 individual transactions, and we have automated all of that. So our agentic AI platform has automated labor-intensive enterprise workflows and are embedded with key players such as SAP Concur, IBM, and Amex Global Business Travel to serve as the system of record for their customers in the $1 trillion meeting and event space. So our solution delivers a 90% labor reduction cost for a meeting, bringing a meeting labor cost from about $2,000 to $200 per event. And we have strategic moats in regulated industries, including life sciences and the government. Group Eyes is at an exciting inflection point. We have $4 million of contracted ARR. In 2027, we should be having 20 million of ARR, and we have 100 enterprise customers. So we have moved beyond early stage product market fit, and we are securing category defining distribution channels. And so the 5 focuses of our company right now is the replatforming of our platform to be agentic AI first, and we're leading our category. We are commercially focused on the life sciences industry because of their regulations with the Sunshine Act and open payments. We are just launching a marketplace, I'll talk about that in a moment, to deliver venues and vendors to enterprise buyers. And we have been selected by the world's largest travel seller, American Express Global Business Travel, to be their core meeting technology. And we are a subcontractor to IBM to power the US government, the GSA 124 civilian agencies. That contract is signed and sealed and delivered. So Our two-sided marketplace is what is allowing us to expand beyond SaaS, as someone mentioned earlier, into multiple revenue streams. So in the past, we have been focused solely on SaaS, but now we also have professional services. We receive commissions from vendors like hotels. We have listing and advertising revenue on our marketplace, transaction fees in every segment of our business, and AI fees as well. So this drives our volume, drives liquidity and high gross margins, and monetizes every user of our platform. You may ask why we're focusing on the life sciences vertical. Well, two reasons. It's actually the largest vertical of meetings globally. They're the largest customer segment for our partners, SAP Concur and American Express, as well as our competitor, Cvent. And we have 5 different solutions in the life sciences vertical. One of those is called DSAI, that is used by sales reps. And every time they engage with an HCP in an office visit, like many of your companies will do, they need to report that spend to the government. And we've taken that from paper to full AI automation. So our commercial focus is on life science companies, and our channel focuses on Amex and IBM. So Amex has selected GroupEyes after a rigorous 3-year discovery process to be the technology that their employees use, as well to be the meetings technology that they resell to their customers. We're finishing up the pilot now. We're going to sign a multi-year contract in Q2. Initial ARR will be $3 to $4 million of annual licensing fees, but this is going to grow to about $20 million in reseller fees as well. And a little bit more about the U.S. government. We're in the process of getting FedRAMP certified, which is daunting, but we're almost there. And that will have GroupEyes at the end of the day being the only meeting and event group technology provider that has that certification to power the U.S. government. We've also worked with the Canadian government and have other governments on our pipeline, like Japan and Singapore. So we believe these commercial relationships are our moats. We are winning against legacy and newcomers. Our primary competitor is a company called Cvent, $4.58 billion market cap, and we're winning against new entrants and that. So we are planning a Series A in H2 of 2026. It'll be a $5 to $10 million round to accelerate our category leadership. And our use of funds will be sales and marketing to grow the marketplace and continue with our AI investment. And right now we are finishing up the last $400,000 of a $3.5 million convertible note.
Great presentation, Elisa. Who has the first question?
Can I ask one, Elisa?
Yes, go ahead.
No, thank you very much. I suppose your business isn't AI first initially, right? So why wouldn't Anthropic come up with solutions that would solve those problems?
So of course, Anthropic and all of the other solutions can power portions of our AI. We think that they are solving a different problem in the world. Our agentics, all of our agents, we have a family of 10 agents, and they all orchestrate together the entire workflow of an in-person meeting or event. So we have been in this industry for 13 years. We have been in the space, and so we've taken the knowledge we've learned over that time. Commercially, SAP, IBM, and Amex have selected us, and that is a large barrier to entry to newcomers and commercial alike. SAP is not giving the APIs that we have to our competitors.
Okay, thank you.
Great. That's the end of our time for the questions. Thanks so much, Elisa.
Yep.
And thanks, Zara, for a great question. Let's move to our next presenter. We have with us now BMI. Paul, if you can launch your slides and kick off when ready. BMI got an 82 on the investability score. They developed technology to preserve, assess, and transplant organs efficiently.
Okay, thank you, Hall. Appreciate the opportunity to present today and look forward to sharing the story. So yes, we are transforming transplantation, focused on kidneys first. What is the problem? Close to 100,000 people are on our kidney waiting list. You can wait for 4 to 5 years to receive a kidney if you're fortunate enough. If you remain on dialysis, your life expectancy over 10 years is about 12%. If you're fortunate enough to get a kidney transplant, that life expectancy for over 10 years increases to about 80%. So what is the problem? The problem is that 90% of all donated kidneys go unused. 90% of all donated kidneys go unused. There should not be a kidney waiting list here in the United States. Why? Why are the kidneys that are being donated going unused? Well, the current standard of care takes the kidney and essentially freezes it. It puts it in the state of hibernation. When that kidney is in hibernation, two things are happening. One, the surgeons don't have an ability to evaluate the kidney's organ functions. They don't know whether the kidney will be successful in a transplant. And two, in a state of hibernation, that kidney can only be utilized for over about a 12-hour period. Surgeons need more data to evaluate the function of the kidney, and they need longer preservation times. And this is what BMI is solving. So we have a closed loop system. This technology has been developed in collaboration with Duke University. We essentially keep the kidney at room temperature in a low metabolic state, keeping that kidney alive effectively. We provide it with the proprietary solution called Deval. It's a substitute for blood. It gives it the nutrients, the electrolytes. We provide that kidney with oxygen. And then we also provide that kidney with essentially the heartbeat that we mimic the heartbeat that kidney would receive as if it was inside the body. When the kidney is in this low metabolic state, we have the ability for that kidney to begin to produce real-time vitals that allows the surgeon to assess the functionality of that kidney. Here's an image of a kidney on our machine producing urine. When the kidney on our machine can produce urine, you can give it a creatinine clearance test. That's the same clearance test that we all receive every year when we get our annual physical. We've done multiple preclinical animal data, and what the FDA gave us breakthrough device designation for is the following. The primary endpoint that surgeons look for is something called delayed graft function. Delayed graft function is the probability that that patient will go back on dialysis after the transplant. In all of our preclinical studies, we've shown 0% DGF relative to standard of care, which we also mimicked in our preclinical studies, which is 40%. 40% of the time when a kidney is transplanted, that patient is back on dialysis for some period of time. All of our preclinical data is showing 0%. That's what the FDA recognized with its designation. We also have the ability to keep human kidneys alive and viable for up to 72 hours. Here's a quick image of what a kidney would look like, would be considered a marginal kidney on our device for 24 hours. It pinks up. This is the most important comment. Surgeon says, I would have declined the kidney on the left. I would have transplanted the kidney on the right. That saves a life. It also saves the taxpayer a considerable amount of money. The business model is razor blade. Each kidney that's being transplanted has a disposable cassette as well as the Deval solution. We sell that for roughly $9,500. If we gain 10% of the market share, we'll have a $40 million revenue business. It's a very targeted market. There's only 55 organ procurement organizations that we have to work with. They are all excited to have this technology in their organization because it saves them money. Remember, a large portion of kidneys that they procure every year are being discarded. That's a cost to them. If we utilize more kidneys, that improves their cost basis. We are investment ready. Our goal is to eliminate the kidney waiting list. We've received FDA breakthrough device. We have a multiple families of patents. It's about a $3.6 million market globally. 100% reimbursable. CMS reimburses 100% of the transplant costs for kidneys day one, $1. Why? Their goal is to get people off of dialysis. It's so expensive. History of the capital raise. The founders have put in 3.7 million. Grant funding has given us 9. We are raising 6 million in the seed. We've raised about 3.8 total capital raise, 16.4 million. Convertible note has a 12 million valuation cap. Let me say that again. Convertible note has a 12 million valuation cap. More capital has gone into the company than the current valuation. Why? Because we are sharing the grant funding dollars with all of our angel investments. If you were to join us, you'd be joining National Kidney Foundation, Band of Angels, Golden Seeds, Mid-Atlantic Bio Angels, Park City Angels. All of them have due diligence reports. Park City Angels was actually written by a transplant surgeon. Happy to connect you with him. We will need to do a Series A for our clinical trial. Our clinical trial, I do have two lead investors, two large institutional VCs that I am running in parallel. When we receive our IDE from the FDA, we will go to term sheets with them. Current funding for the remaining $2 million on the raise will get us to our IDE. With that, Paul, thank you, and let's open it up for questions.
Great presentation. Paul, who has a question? We have time for one. Phyllis, what do you think of this deal?
I liked it the last time. I'm struggling with so what's your end game eventually, Paul? Are you looking for somebody to outright purchase the company? I mean, as Hall asked earlier, an exit strategy on the back end eventually.
Yeah, well, the company will ultimately be acquired by a large strategic. We're in conversations with many of them. The furthest strategic along is a company called Terumo. So Terumo actually makes the oxygenator that facilitates the delivery of oxygen on our device. Just as background, Terumo is a large Japanese medical company. Last year, they acquired Organox. Organox is essentially in the liver space. They're not in the kidney space. They acquired Organox for $1.5 billion. We're also in conversations with Lifeport. They need to effectively embrace what the surgeons are asking: longer preservation times, more kidney vitals. So we're in conversations with Lifeport. We will most likely be consumed by either a current player or an entity like Terumo that wants to vertically integrate.
Okay.
All right, and that's time. Thanks so much, guys, for a great presentation and great questions there as well. Let's go to our next presenter, OmniHelio. Tom, if you can launch your slides and kick off when ready.
Will do. Thanks, Hall.
Paul, thank you very much. I'm Sal Braco, the co-founder and CEO of Pivotal Health. We are solving the very real healthcare access problem for Gen Z. And the problem, frankly, is most acute on university campuses. So imagine a young lady, Samantha. She's a junior at a large university. She wakes up on a Tuesday morning and she feels terrible. Her head is pounding. She has a fever, and she's worried because she's got tests, she's got projects, she's in clubs, working on things. And so she does what she should do. She calls the university clinic. They can't get her in. And this is a very common thing where, they literally can't get you in for days, many days. And so she panics. And so she calls mom. Mom is 1,000 miles away. Mom feels helpless. She can't do anything. And so they're trying to figure out what to do. And so we've built a tech-enabled platform that solves this. Okay, so if she was a Pivotal Health a member, she could just jump on the Pivotal Health app. She could schedule a visit for after class, and Pivotal Health provider comes right to her dorm or apartment, and we can test her on the spot for COVID, flu, strep, mono, whatever that it is. We can electronically send a prescription to the closest pharmacy, and she can begin to heal up. And this is what we're doing every day. So here's a quick video which I'll kind of walk through, which shows how the platform works, right? So over 95% of our visits are booked with the Pivotal Health mobile app because it's so easy and really easy to create your account. And then when you're not feeling well, or if you need something, with a couple of clicks, you tell us where you want to be seen. And it's got all of your prior visits, of course. And you tell us what the problem is. Is it an ear infection? Is it a sore throat? Is it a UTI? Whatever that it is. And then we show you available times. We're typically seeing people on the same day. They pick a time that works for them. And then that's it. Pivotal Health provider shows up to their, like I said, dorm, apartment, house, wherever that they are. Super easy process. And so these are the things that our providers are taking care of every day. Anything you can go to an urgent care clinic or a primary care office for, our providers are treating every day. So the business model, this is a direct care business model. We do not accept insurance. We don't want to deal with the hassles of insurance, the surprise copays, the surprise bills. Our patients don't either. So this is really affordable. $400 per semester for the university students, $750 for the full year. That gives them as many visits as they need. Okay. And so this isn't just an idea. This platform is launched. We did over $1 million of revenue last year. The platform is ready. We're raising capital now to expand. And so we're as much of a logistics company as we are a healthcare company. So the tech platform, the processes that we've created really enable us to deliver high quality healthcare in a very cost-effective way. And so that's what we're doing. One of the other keys here with this university market, we're able to acquire customers very inexpensively because we focus on the buyer. And the buyer in this case is mom. Mom is the main purchaser. So 95%, 98% of our sales and marketing efforts are geared towards mom. We know who she is. We know how to reach her. We know what to say. We are selling peace of mind to parents as much as we're selling this, healthcare service. So we're out raising a $5 million round to expand to up to 8 more metros. But in the meantime, we're about to close a $1 million round. We've already raised $500,000 on it. This is a very clean common stock round. We're doing it at a $4 million pre. This is a very aggressive valuation. We want to get this done fast. We have a number of investors looking at it. And like I said, platform's built, we're raising capital to expand. With that, I can answer questions.
Great. Who has our first question?
I wouldn't mind to ask, any plans to go outside the US?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Do you have any plans to go outside the US? I mean, I suppose you're rolling this out. You need to have critical mass, right? You need a number of campuses. And I'm just thinking London, Paris, places like that, right? So there's multiple universities. So what are plans there in terms of going forward?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that is definitely on our radar. We look at metro areas of at least 250,000 people with the university population of, greater than 25,000. A place like London, a place like Paris, Barcelona, there are plenty of European metros that would work for us. I mean, frankly, the US is a huge greenfield for us. So I think once we expand this to more US metros, then we can definitely look outside of the US.
Great. That's it for our time. Thanks so much, guys, for great questions and great answers. Let me go back through the investors who are in the room and see if they have any specific interest in the deals. Martin, Tobias, which of these deals might be of interest to you?
These are all a little bit later and not in my core sector right now, but I appreciate it.
Thanks. Phyllis, which of these might be of interest to you?
So I have some already from another call, but I'd like to know a little bit more about the Sonar Vascular and then also the Novason. If I could get more details surrounding that, that would be great.
That would be great. We'll do that. Next, we have with us Xavier. Which of these did you find interesting?
Well, most of them, to be honest, but unfortunately, I'm not really a medical specialist. So for me, but Pivotal Health because of logistics and because of the platform would be probably most interesting.
The Pivotal Health would be interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll make introductions with that. We are at our time limit. Thank you guys for coming today. I want to thank Chris Coombs for working with us from X1 Pipeline on the investability scores. Reach out to X1 Pipeline to see more about what that can do for you and your work, guys. And with that, we'll go ahead and close it out for today, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.